Look up. In the vast, silent darkness of space, something is moving toward us. It's not a star. It's not a planet. NASA calls it 3I/Atlas, a comet. But the ancient carvings on a 12,000-year-old pillar in Göbekli Tepe tell a different story. They tell of a blue star serpent that returns, a harbinger of chaos and change. This isn't just a celestial object. It's a pattern, a cycle, and history's greatest civilizations fell shortly after its arrival. Welcome to the greatest story our species has ever forgotten. In March 2024, astronomers tracking near-Earth objects spotted something peculiar. Designated 3I/Atlas, this hyperbolic comet wasn't from our solar system. Its trajectory was all wrong, its speed unnatural. But the real shock came when cross-referenced with archaeological data. Dr. Eris Thorne, a renegade astrophysicist, found a correlation that should be impossible. The comet's projected path mirrors the celestial event depicted on Göbekli Tepe's Pillar 43, the Vulture Stone. This isn't a coincidence. It's a return. And the stone doesn't just show its arrival. It shows the collapse of a world that came before us. The question is no longer what is coming, but why it keeps coming back. The stones of Göbekli Tepe were not meant to be a temple. They were a library, carved by a forgotten people who survived the last visit of 3I/Atlas around 11,000 BCE. The Vulture Stone is not a collection of random animals. It's a star chart. The central vulture represents the constellation we call Sagittarius, and the scorpion is Scorpio. The small, round object in its claw, that's the comet. The pillar depicts the sky on the day of its closest approach. But why go to such lengths? Why bury this knowledge? They weren't worshipping the sky. They were documenting a cataclysm. The shift from hunting to agriculture wasn't an evolution. It was a necessity. A survival strategy implemented by the survivors of 3I/Atlas's last gift to Earth. Millennia after Göbekli Tepe was buried, the Sumerians wrote of a god named Nibiru. Mainstream archaeology dismisses it as myth. They are wrong. The cuneiform tablets describe Nibiru not as a planet, but as a great star with a long tail, a winged disk. It was the celestial chariot of the god Marduk, who would judge humanity upon its return. The tablet known as the Myth of Era describes the comet's effects with terrifying accuracy. The lands will be ravaged, brother will devour brother. The unrighteous will be purged. This wasn't divine judgment. It was a scientific prediction. The Sumerians understood that the comet's passage coincided with periods of extreme geological and social upheaval. They saw the pattern. In the dead of night, Egyptian priests would perform a ritual to help the sun god Ra defeat Apep, the serpent of chaos. This was not mere superstition. It was a cosmic defense protocol. The descriptions of Apep are unmistakable. A serpent of great length that darkens the sky and seeks to drink the waters of the Nile, causing it to run dry. This is a perfect metaphor for a comet. Its long tail darkens the sky. Its gravitational and electromagnetic influence could disrupt weather patterns, causing drought. The Egyptians knew that the serpent returned in cycles. Their entire civilization was structured around preparing for its return, building granaries and developing irrigation to survive the chaos it brought. The Maya didn't fear the end of the world. They feared the end of an age. Their long count calendar marked these cycles, and their Popol Vuh text speaks of the road to Xibalba, the underworld. My theory? This road was the plasma tail of 3I/Atlas. The Maya believed this tail was a gateway, a conduit for energies that could reset civilization. Their advanced astronomical observations allowed them to calculate its return. But their civilization collapsed before its next anticipated arrival. Why? Did they discover something terrifying? Did they realize that this wasn't a natural cycle but something intentional? The answer may lie in their cryptic crystal skull legends, devices they claimed could communicate with the stars. In 1600 BCE, the Mediterranean island of Thera exploded in one of history's most violent volcanic eruptions, wiping out the Minoan civilization. Conventional science blames plate tectonics, but ice core samples from Greenland tell a different story. They show a massive spike in cosmic dust and acidic residue from a cometary airburst right at the same time. The link? 3I/Atlas. I believe the comet's powerful magnetosphere can trigger seismic and volcanic activity by disturbing Earth's core. The Minoans were the first advanced European civilization, and they were erased overnight. Not by gods, but by a domino effect started by a passerby in the heavens. A warning of what happens when a culture is unprepared. The true danger of 3I/Atlas isn't impact. It's its magnetic ghost. This comet possesses an anomalously powerful magnetic field for its size. As it passes, this field interacts with Earth's own, creating a resonance. This can destabilize the planetary grid. We're already seeing the precursors. Strange animal die-offs as migratory paths are scrambled, a global increase in seismic rumblings, and bizarre weather phenomena. Ancient texts from China speak of the sky boiling before great dynasties fell. They were describing atmospheric plasma discharges, a direct result of this magnetic interplay. Our modern, wired world is infinitely more vulnerable. A significant electromagnetic pulse from the comet could send us back to the Dark Age in an instant. Why is NASA so quiet about 3I/Atlas? Officially, it's not a threat. Unofficially, sources within the agency confess to a state of controlled panic. The comet's trajectory has made minor, uncorrected adjustments. It's not following the laws of gravity as we know them. It's as if it's being piloted. The secretive Space Force has taken a lead in monitoring it, classifying all new data. The fear isn't collision. The fear is the unknown payload it might be carrying. Not ice and rock, but something else. A biological agent? A nanotech seed? Or simply a message we are not equipped to understand? The silence is a policy. They know something, and their silence is the most terrifying confirmation. Here is my most controversial thesis. 3I/Atlas is a messenger. Its core is not just a dirty snowball. It's a complex structure, a vessel. In 2016, the comet 67P was found to harbor the building blocks of life. I believe 3I/Atlas carries something far more advanced. A blueprint. A cosmic code embedded in the complex organic polymers of its tail. When this material rains down on Earth, it doesn't just bring life. It brings information. It injects a new set of evolutionary instructions into the biosphere. This explains the sudden leaps in human consciousness that followed its past visits. It's not a destroyer. It's a cosmic gardener, pruning the tree of life and grafting on new branches. We are not its victims. We are its project. So, where does that leave us? At the precipice. The pattern is clear. 3I/Atlas's arrival has always been a filter. It ended the world of the mammoth hunters and gave rise to the farmers. It collapsed the Bronze Age empires and cleared the way for the classical era. Now it's our turn. Our technological, interconnected global civilization is the most complex system this planet has ever produced. Will we be the first to understand the message? Will we use our science not to hide from the change, but to embrace it? Or will we shatter under the pressure? Another forgotten chapter in Earth's history? The comet is coming. It is a mirror. What it reveals will not be its nature, but ours. This has been more than a history lesson. It's a wake-up call. The story of 3I/Atlas is the story of us. Of our resilience, our ignorance, and our potential. The evidence is carved in stone, written in clay, and now hurtling toward us through the void. The greatest question isn't what the comet is. The greatest question is what we will become when it arrives. The conversation starts now. Share this. Discuss it. Question everything. Our future depends on it. Until next time, keep looking up.